Hi, my name is Valerie. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how I found out I was pregnant. And it's kind of weird to say just because this is like my first time being pregnant, first time to be a new mom. So it's like so surreal to be able to say like I'm pregnant right now. It's weird, I don't know. But today I'm just going to talk about how I found out I was pregnant and also some symptoms I've had during the first trimester. Currently I am 20 weeks, so I am in my second trimester. So I already went through the first trimester and now I'm in my second one, and the second trimester has been good so far, but I'll try to do another video for the second trimester. And also just how it's been being pregnant with a bicornuate uterus, which is not your typical uterus. Basically, when you are conceived and you're developing, your uterus fuses together and makes the uterus. My uterus basically didn't fuse together, so it's kind of in a heart shape in a way and kind of has like a little bit of a septum in the middle. And then I also have 2 cervixes, so it's very interesting, and so that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Okay, first up is how I found out I was pregnant. So right now we are in July, and I found out I was pregnant around April 4th, I believe it was. And so I was already a few days late on my period, and that's not something unusual for me. Not that I've missed my period, but I haven't gotten my period before like 10 days would pass and I still hadn't gotten it. So it wasn't something too alarming for me, but just some other symptoms that I was feeling was just being extremely tired. I was so tired and I just didn't feel like myself. So, and that's not me. I'm not like someone that typically feels so tired that I feel like, oh, I just need to take a nap like right now or something. And that's how it felt before I found out I was pregnant. I was just so tired. And also that my period hadn't come, that was also another sign for me that maybe I am pregnant. I don't know. And I wasn't getting any of my period symptoms that I would get before, like that cramping you feel before you get your period. That's something that I didn't experience. And also my boobs get kind of sore, and that was something that I didn't experience. So I was just kind of like very confused. Another thing that I was experiencing was a different kind of cramping, which now I know is like implantation or just the baby growing. That's what I was feeling, that kind of crampiness. And I just thought, I really didn't know what I thought it was. I was just kind of like, I don't know, maybe something's going on. But I don't think it's my period because it doesn't feel like my normal pre-period cramping. So that was like another little thing that went off in my head. So I believe it was the night of April 4th. I went with Sebastian to Target to get pregnancy tests, and the pregnancy test that I got was the first response, and it wasn't digital just because I was like, it's gonna come back negative. I'm pretty sure I'm not pregnant. Like, I didn't think that there was like any chance that I would be pregnant. So I just got like just the first response, and we were waiting in line. And the interesting thing is, when we were waiting in line, the people in front of us, they had this whole stack of baby clothes, like baby clothes, baby clothes, baby clothes. It was like both of them. It was a couple. Both of them had the baby clothes stack with them. And I was just like, is this like a sign that I'm pregnant? And then also when I turned to the side, because we were in like waiting in the self-checkout, I looked to the side, and since like Easter was coming up, they had like a bunch of flowers out, and when I looked, it was blue and pink flowers, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's like another sign that maybe I'm pregnant or something. So we buy the pregnancy test, go back home, and immediately I'm like, I'm just gonna take one because I'm not gonna wait until the morning, because they usually say wait until the morning to take one. So I was just like, I'm just gonna take one now because I can't wait until the morning. So I took one, you know, peed on it, whatever. I sat it down, and when I'm like done, I look and there's already 2 lines, and I freaked out because like it was so quick. Like obviously one of them was like a little faint, it wasn't as strong, but there were 2 lines, and I just freaked out because I was in disbelief that I could actually be pregnant. And so I come running out of the bathroom and I go to Sebastian. I'm like, Sebastian, there's 2 lines on the test, like I'm pregnant. And he was just like, no way. And since I was kind of freaking out a little bit, just like in disbelief and like in shock, he was just like, are you okay? Like everything's gonna be okay, like you're fine. And so I was like, yeah, but you know, like I can't believe I'm pregnant, this is crazy. Like I was just in shock and in disbelief. And he checked the pregnancy test and he was like, yeah, there's definitely 2 lines. And I mean, one of them was faint, but you can tell, like there's like no question that there were 2 lines. And so since the box came with 2, I was like, I'm just gonna take one in the morning and see what happens. So morning comes around, it's April 5th, I'm pretty sure, and sure enough, I pee on it, and the second line is just so much darker than from the night before. So I was like, oh my god, I just couldn't believe it. It was something like so surreal, I couldn't believe it. So that night we went again to Target, and I got the clear blue digital one that says pregnant and not pregnant, just because I just wanted to see like those words, like pregnant or not pregnant, and that was it. So went back home and took the test, sat it down, and I think it reached like the second blink, because there's like 4 little squares that usually pop up, and it reached the second square. And when it reached the second square, it just popped up pregnant. Like it didn't even have to like load and like think about it. It was like, nope, you are 100% pregnant. And I was like just in such shock and in disbelief that I just couldn't believe it. Like it was just like, there's no way. Like there's just no way. So I made an appointment the following week, which was April 11th, to just go ahead and confirm that I was pregnant, that there was, you know, a little baby in my uterus. April 11th, I had my appointment. And so they asked me a few questions, and they asked me like when was my last period, and my last period, like the start of my last period, was February 26th. And so they took that information, and then I had to go pee in a cup, and then they're like, yeah, it came back, you know, that you are pregnant. And then they did a scan, and sure enough, you can just see it on the screen. There's just like this little tiny dot there, and you were just able to see like this little flicker. So I knew that was you know, the heart and everything. And at the time, the baby's heartbeat was at 124. So it was just so crazy, like that was actually happening. And I had basically just turned 6 weeks. I was 6 weeks and 2 days when I had that appointment done. So I was pretty early. And so I basically found out that I was pregnant when I was 5 weeks. Like I had basically just turned 5 weeks when I found out that I was pregnant. And yeah, that's basically how I found out that I was pregnant, and some of like the symptoms that I was feeling before I found out that I was pregnant. And so it's just so crazy to just to think that I'm actually pregnant. Like, it's still so crazy. Okay, so now I kind of just want to talk about my first trimester. So my first trimester was just so not fun. I was extremely exhausted every single day. I had no energy, no motivation to do absolutely anything, and I just wanted to spend most of the time on the couch or in bed, laying down or sleeping, because I just had no energy, no motivation, no nothing. Like, I just did not want to do absolutely anything, and it was horrible. I was also experiencing a lot of nausea or morning sickness, even though I had it basically the whole day. Yeah, I was experiencing morning sickness from the moment I woke up until I went to sleep, and that was absolutely horrible. Just feeling nauseous 24/7 and feeling that you're gonna throw up at any second is absolutely not fun. And there were like a few times that I was super close to throwing up, but I am absolutely terrified of throwing up, and so I held it. Like, I just couldn't. I was like, no, I cannot throw up, this is horrible, no. And I don't know how I did it, but I didn't throw up, but I felt extremely nauseous during my whole first trimester, probably until I was like, I want to say maybe 14 weeks, 14, 15-ish weeks. I want to say 16 weeks or 15 weeks. That's when the morning sickness and the nausea got better. I was also feeling food aversions, having that symptom. I didn't want to eat. Food grossed me out so bad, and especially the foods that I love. I'm someone that loves bagels. I would eat bagels every single day, basically, unless I went out to eat breakfast somewhere, or I don't know, someone made breakfast for me that wasn't like me and what I usually eat. I would have a bagel every single day. And since I found out I was pregnant, I have not had a bagel like all these months. This is the longest, I think, and I don't know how long, that I haven't had a bagel, because I just love bagels and cream cheese. Oh my goodness, they're so good. But something about them now is like, get that away from me. Oh, another one were smoothies. I love smoothies, especially like smoothies from Tropical Smoothie. I think they're so good. And yeah, since that appointment that I had when I first found out, I haven't had Tropical Smoothie since, and I haven't had a smoothie from Tropical Smoothie, which is like pretty sad because I love Tropical Smoothie so much. But yeah, that was another one, smoothies. I love smoothies. I love fruit smoothies, and I just couldn't have any smoothies. I don't know what it was. Yeah, basically during my whole first trimester, whatever it was that I was eating, I would basically tell people, like, you pick what you want to eat. Like, if we were to go out to eat somewhere, you pick where you guys want to go eat, and I'll see what I can get from the menu, because I did not want to eat anything. So I was just like, you guys pick, or pick something for me and make me eat it, because I was like, food grosses me out, food is so nasty, like, get that away from me. So that was definitely another thing that I experienced a lot. Another symptom that I experienced during my first trimester was peeing a lot, and I still do now into my second trimester. I pee so much. It's just absolutely insane how much I peed, especially during the nighttime. It was just so annoying, and it's still annoying because I still wake up and I have to pee, and it's just like really exhausting to get up and go pee, especially when you're sleeping and you just want to stay in bed sleeping. But yeah, I had to pee so much. I still pee a lot. I want to say my first trimester I definitely peed more than I do now, but I still definitely pee a lot. And especially at nighttime, which is not fun. Another really big symptom that I experienced during my first trimester, and I kind of still do now, is constipation. Wow. I mean, I suffer from constipation already, but this was like times 100 just how constipated I was, and it was just really, really bad. It's gotten better, definitely, and I'm really happy about that, but it was a struggle to use the bathroom and experiencing that constipation. I do not want to experience that again. So that was kind of how my first trimester went, filled with a lot of nausea, exhaustion, and constipation, and peeing a lot. So now I just kind of want to talk about how it's been being pregnant with a bicornuate uterus. I mean, I can't compare it to a typical uterus pregnancy just because this is my first time being pregnant and the kind of uterus I have, obviously. But I mean, it's been cool, fine. I do notice that since my uterus is separate, not separate completely, but it has like the left side and the right side, the baby is on the left side and not on the right side, because basically when I feel the baby, it's always on my left side. Anytime I feel the baby, it's on my left side. And when I lay down, especially when I lay down, you can just see that the left side of my stomach is higher than the right side of my stomach, which is like pretty crazy and like just so weird. And when I put my hand on it, it's like you can just tell like there's just like something there, and it's been really cool and like an amazing feeling, and I love to feel the baby. Sorry, my camera ran out of memory on the card. So as I was saying, my favorite thing in the whole wide world is just feeling the baby move. It just reassures me that she's okay, and it's just like the best feeling. I really love it. I've seen like videos where women don't really like it, like it kind of freaks them out, which I totally understand, but for me, I just love when I feel the baby move. It's the best thing in the world to me. So as far as doctor's appointments go, I do have my regular OB doctor, and then I also have my high risk doctor. And so with my regular OB, it's, you know, your regular visits that you do. And so right now I'm going every 4 weeks, and I just had my appointment like a few days ago. They took some blood out, and yeah, everything with that appointment went well. For the high risk doctor, right now the plan is to go every 2 weeks until I'm 24 weeks, just to check my cervix to make sure that it doesn't get any shorter or dilate. And then the last appointment was my 18-week appointment, and that's when I did the fetal anatomy exam, and thankfully everything there was good. So I pray that everything just continues to be good. And so yeah, after those 24 weeks, I'm not sure what the plan will be. And then if, you know, for whatever reason, if my cervix does get shorter or does dilate in any way, I'm sure there will be some kind of interventions that they'll have to do. But, you know, hopefully everything will be okay and that it won't get to that point. And so I have my next appointment very soon, and it's gonna be my first cervical check, basically. So I'm kind of nervous for that. I'm not sure if it's like the same cervical check that they do towards like the end of pregnancy, just to see if you're dilated any. And I've heard that it's very uncomfortable and painful, so I'm kind of worried about that. But yeah, that's how it's been being pregnant with a bicornuate uterus. It's just basically having a closer eye on the pregnancy. It is considered high risk, so it's just making sure that everything is okay and going how it should be. And I haven't really seen many videos, or any videos actually, of someone being pregnant with a bicornuate uterus, so If you do have a bicornuate uterus and you are also pregnant, you can let me know down in the comments and we can kind of relate to each other a little bit. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, you can leave them down below. If you have any tips for a first-time mom, you can go ahead and leave that down below. And yeah, just thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day or evening or whenever it is that you're watching. Okay, see you in my next video. Bye.